Do you remember Leafy Lake from Roller Coaster Tycoon? How cool would that be to be in Planet Zoo? Well, exactly this is gonna happen in this brand new franchise series in which we are building Leafy Lake as a Planet Zoo franchise zoo. But before I could start shaping the wonderful Leafy Lake, I had to do this in order to gain some money. But after I have gained a lot of money, I could start finally building and shaping the modern interpretation of Leafy Lake. And with that, let's get right into it. Okay, now we are doing a little bit of terraforming before we go into the actual build, because obviously I needed to make sure that we have the somewhat original map of Leafy Lake. Now, I will already give you a little hint. Make sure to check the comment section and make sure to check also the opportunities to name our animals, our caretakers or our staff in general, and also some of our buildings. Now, this series will not only be nostalgic and hopefully very fun for you, it will also focus on making sure that you guys are part of it. So we will have definitely a Chris Sawyer inspired kind of memorial at some point. I will put some maybe old cheat codes in certain areas, and obviously you'll see at the end of today's video there's also a building I have done for today's video that is also inspired by some of the old rides, I should say. Now this in the middle here, the Leafy Lake, took a little bit longer than I expected. I even did get my free build mod back into it because landscaping in the game itself is already a great tool, but to be that big, you have to struggle with, or you will struggle with the in-game tool quite dramatically. And the main reason for that is rather simple. It is down to the fact that you have not really that huge of a size when it comes to the brush. I mean, it is good enough for most of the habitats you build, but if you go big on the map, the size of, I think it's 20 meters in diameter or something like that in the original version of the game is just not enough, and free build offers you 60, if I'm not completely wrong here. So yeah, after I have shaped the whole area, as you can see with the landscaping, I made a little blueprint for the trees, and then afterwards I just put the trees everywhere. But I didn't want to show too much as of now. You'll see that in the real-time part. I'll show you around for a second. And after that, on stream, we have agreed on making sure that we will have the original Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 entrance building. This is one of the most iconic builds in I guess any theme park game, and the most iconic entrance buildings. I just recently watched a couple of videos about Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, the way it was programmed, the way Chris Sawyer, built it itself, and how much it was inspired by specifically European funfair and theme park culture, but a lot was inspired by the old kind of funfair vibes, in Europe, in Central Europe. So that is also why the style goes very much down into that kind of fantasy-ish, but still a little bit gothic inspired vibe going on there with the builds. It's really hard to distinguish what exactly it is. It's kind of fantasy vibe in that way, but also the usage of the music in the game. You maybe have noticed something at the beginning of the video that I took inspiration from that. I think it's really nice to see how that also goes into with a little bit of Renaissance build in there as well. It's kind of a mixture of both, but the Twilight pack comes in mega handy for this build. So I had to also I had to research that in the meantime, and it took me quite some time until I have really done it. And also it took me some time to figure out the right way of building it. I'm very glad that I did it on stream, because you guys had some very good ideas about this. This is not the final version or the final iteration. You'll see some more changes during the whole build today. I just tried a couple of things, and the problem is you only have these kind of isometric little graphics in front of you that you can build your stuff on. And the problem with isometric buildings and styles and this kind of 2D isometric style is that the dimensions of the buildings are not necessarily real. They seem real because it works the way in isometric, but as soon as you build the same thing in a rather normal perspective and you add kind of the normal variance to it to make it look like as if it's fitting to a park like this, it all becomes very weird looking at the beginning. You'll get used to that over time, but it's just a change of a fully 3D environment to a 2D isometric environment, and that is why it does definitely look different. I'm still very happy with the result of it. It does definitely give you instantly the vibe of the original Roller Coaster Tycoon entrance, while still being a little bit more realistic, as if this could be like a proper entrance building here in Planet Zoo. However, it's not necessarily exactly the zoo kind of entrance you'd expect, so we are going to do 2 or 3 little fixes once we are in the build in the real-time part today. There will be some minor fixes. We will open the park, we will get the first guest in, I'll show you around, and I'm gonna also show you a couple of little things there, little tweaks, little quirks I have added into this series. Now, I should definitely talk about the series itself. We are starting today with the meerkat. This has been the animal that the chat opted for during the live stream. And so you can already expect a lot of animals to be named. So you can already go crazy in the comments with your animal ideas, name ideas. And always make sure, if you drop comment down below, please make sure to really make it easy for me to read. So just put in meerkat, you know, and then like a double point or like a whatever, a hyphen, and then your name, so that I just understand what you want. Or like, I don't know, vendor hyphen blah blah blah, and I don't know, vet hyphen blah blah blah, so that I have a clear idea, because otherwise it's going to be a bit hard to tell. And then at the beginning of each episode we are going to name all the animals, or I'm showing the names that I have named. I'm going to see how I do this exactly, but we started with the meerkat, and it's very important to mention that this series is already restricted to 10 episodes at the beginning. Now, I feel like I have to explain why. I really wanted to start something new, to get a new vibe, a positive vibe back into the channel, back into the series. This is going to be a fully positively inspired vibe. There is no limitations to when I'm doing the next episode or whatnot. I will make these 10 episodes, and I will continue building this. I will do it with the best Rudi I can be. I will do it the best way possible, and it's going to be a lot more focused on realism and nice building. In comparison to my old franchise zoos, I will try to embed a lot more speed build parts to really ensure that it looks nice. I opted for going for medium because that is exactly what I can deal with while still building nice, and I don't want to figure out too much about the money in this park. I already made some decent money beforehand, but a couple of negative decisions got rid of some of the money, but you can see we are way in the 90,000 plus, so it's a rather good head start, you know, in comparison to a normal zoo. Usually I would burn down the money to 30,000 or 40,000. I forgot what exactly the starting money was, but in this specific case I said to myself, you know what, I just want to please you guys with a good series, making sure that the zoo runs well, we have a functioning staff membership and stuff like that, we have a functioning zoo in general. So that is the focus of the zoo. And you will be the ones to help me out what the next animals are, what we're doing in the next episode, with your comments. So it may be that I already prepared a second episode once we have all the comments. In this specific case, I can guarantee you the moment this goes live, I have not started building on the second episode. So you can already go nuts in the comments with some animal suggestions and what we should do next, and maybe ideas, or maybe give me ideas about iconic Roller Coaster Tycoon elements you may want to see in here. And that doesn't even have to be restricted to you know, certain buildings. It can also be certain plants or certain elements you remember from Roller Coaster Tycoon that we can creatively bring in here. So there is no limitation to what you can bring in terms of creativity, and I'm very, very curious to hearing and reading what you guys think about this. I feel very comfortable with this project in a way that I feel super taken out of my comfort zone again, which I think is a very good sign. And next to City Skylines, which obviously has a quite an impact on the channel now, as the game is now open to play for me, at least because I have the early access, and it obviously is a completely different experience. I wanted to show to you guys that Planet Zoo is everything but stopped, you know, and I wanted to do something new. I think the reason why the last couple of videos have been a little bit tricky is mostly due to the fact that they have been stuck in a problematic situation with either YouTube and the series themselves. I mean, Zoo Sicily is already in episode, I even forgot which number it is. And the space project may have been a little bit too niche. And so I thought, you know what, why not activate what we all loved? And this is also, I guess, a very high number of the ones watching this video will potentially have had their childhood in either way surrounded or affected by Roller Coaster Tycoon in maybe the first, maybe the second, maybe the third game, you never know. But this is exactly what shaped the future of Tycoon games. And at the end of the day, Planet Zoo is exactly this. It is a Tycoon type game. And this is why it obviously fits super well in the genre. And then we're also speaking of the same devs that have worked on Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Oh my god. Well, I've been, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 in German, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is basically my childhood. This is why the name is so much embedded into my brain. But yeah, now it's so fun to see that this is also like a very good combination, simply because there is a connection between the game developers, the game studio, and the game itself. So I think it's just a beautiful fit, and I don't even know why I haven't done more in the past already with connections to Roller Coaster Tycoon. But here we are, and we are building just another element, and that is the iconic kid slide from Roller Coaster Tycoon. I had to do a couple of iterations. This is the final one. I have basically deleted all the other stuff simply because they didn't work out. Yes, it is an FPS killer, but we won't do too many of those in the foreseeable future of the series. But I just wanted to have it in. This is the entrance of the zoo. I imagine that people gather around maybe, and whenever they stand here, wait for the others to enter the zoo, that they grab the tickets, maybe came in from the parking lot. I don't know. This is the moment when kids are the most annoying because they want to get going. But, if you still need to wait for someone or whatever is going on, you can get your child onto the slide, let them slide down for a couple of times so they are not as annoyed. They can, stay calm for a moment. Well, rather calm. They're just going to slide down there. But you have a calm minute until you're all set to go into the zoo. And I think I also don't need to talk too much about the layout of the zoo. It basically is the circle around the lake, I guess. And I can't see us using too much of the other space. I mean, potentially we could make a huge kind of savanna habitat towards the open area of this park. I mean, if you remember the original map that you have, it's the lake, but you can also purchase into the farther back. There's like a little hill section, and if you are over the incline, you can basically get land purchased in the back there, which to really be good in that scenario, you actually needed that. But yeah, so this is mostly it about the speed build. Now it's time to go into the real-time part and show you around. Alright, so here we are in a hazy day at a wonderful Leafy Lake Zoo. So there is one issue, and this is, as you can tell, we are in this very area over here, and I think, I put a spawner over here. We do have a couple of people, and I can't move them because they are basically stuck in here. I have actually no idea how to solve that, because obviously I can... Oh wait, I can connect this. For whatever odd reason, now I can... Oh, this is with free build. Ah, this is why. Okay, so free build saved the day for us. Hopefully this is gonna change the way it works. They should actually be able to get into the zoo. We have to open the zoo first of all, because it's not opened anymore. So we do exactly this. And hopefully people will be able to come in here. So that does work. Awesome. Is that already a protester? More protesters. Not sure why they come in. Are our animals doing bad? Let's have a little look. I have actually not focused on that. So let's go into the zoo. Animals. Animal escaped. It's mainly because of that one, I guess. Can I pinpoint this? I can move this real quick into, the trade center. And then all our protester problems are gone. Now, this is our cozy little entrance area. We are waiting for the guests to arrive. This is also like the classical Leafy Lake kind of zigzag course until they're getting in. You can see there is not really that much done. This is basically the entrance area. We've got a little kind of... This is also nice so that the kids can actually play a little bit over here. Obviously, they don't go in there. As I was speaking about, we need to have more animals. Look at that. Do we have more like cash listings? One more cash listing, 2 more cash listings. Is there like another female? That would be amazing. No female, but like they're so cheap, I can also get them. So there you go. A couple more of these are needed because, I didn't have too many of those. I really hope that... Wait, where are the other ones? Hello? Reset all the filters and then meerkat. Okay, not sure. Did I not buy these female ones? Adopt. It doesn't work. Okay, how about you? Adopt. That doesn't work. Something doesn't work over here. Okay, whatever. I'll fix that later. Now here are the meerkats, as you can tell, and they're going for some digging. Holy, that is so nice. And it's kind of fun that they still don't excuse me? That is not how it's supposed to be. Could you just go in there? I mean, I love the... I think this is because of free build, I guess. No, but that was actually perfect. But now they're... what the hell? Yeah, whatever. It works. So this one over here works just fine. I haven't changed anything due to free build, so it shouldn't be the issue, to be honest. The fact that they don't have enough space, though, that is a little annoying. Let's have a look where we can maybe optimize the space. Does this thing block too much of the space? It's so wide. Okay, my god. Okay, so this is basically... we can get a lot of space back if I open up this boulder over here. Let me just drag that thing all the way here. And then that should already give them quite some more space dramatically back. If I'm just going to smooth... oops. How about sand? Smoothing this out should actually do wonders. There you go. That shouldn't also... okay, so this is actually an issue over here. I have to do something about this. Maybe by relocating this bulb. Can I do this real quick? Let me just relocate this once and then see if that maybe fixes the issue. Sometimes simple things like that already help. Now let's have a look. How about the space now? Okay, still too little space. How is that even possible? Maybe all these stones are causing too many issues? I don't know. We just gotta fix this real quick. Just okay, they're still standing on top of this thing. Ugh. Okay, well, either I get rid of it, which honestly we can just do, so they have more space, and this is the one then, you know, whatever. Are they all queuing up to go in here? Are you kidding me? Can I make it... can I actually get money out of this? Dome entrance. Huh. I can't. But they're actually queuing up to get into the dome. I cannot stress enough how freaky that is. Okay, well, this is super well received. Super nice. And then we also have the slide over here. And I took these things to have this lit in the night. And I think it's looking beautiful. I think it's looking absolutely gorgeous. And this is overlooking Leafy Lake, obviously. Look, we are getting into the park, and then... Leafy Lake is calling. Speaking of, we should actually change the opening hours. Let's open this to like 19. 19 is fine, and we open at 8:30. That is kind of the time opening. I think this should be fine. Good. Okay, now this is all better. What time is it now? 18:20. Okay, we are heading towards the evening now, but it's okay. So this is the time we're opening. And now, obviously, there's not that much more to do in today's episode because I mostly did everything. Let me see if they have everything. I think what they're missing out on is drink. Last meal quality. So what we could do real quick is, so first of all, there is the entrance, and then we could grant the meerkat already food quality 3. Why not? I mean, you know, that's not too much of a cost factor, so we can do that. So how's the size for you guys now? Okay, it's a little better. It's not amazing, but it's a little better. I think this is basically how we... oh my god, look at that. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be fine in the future, but for the moment it's gonna be a bit crampy here, but that is okay. We can definitely deal with this. I love how this meerkat habitat turned out to be looking. It's rather big, and I also wanted to get maybe some glass panels in here. Maybe we can just quickly do this real quick. Let me just get rid of that one. And then we pause the game because I don't want to have anyone escaping. But what I do want to do is I want to ensure that they have a little bit of a nice view here. So maybe let's do this. That's already quite nice. That's too big. That one is also better. It has like a bit of a bigger frame here to the sides. I still have to do that like lower. And now I could go... okay, it doesn't allow me to recolor it. Okay, well, whatever. So 1... and go all the way down to... so there you go. Now they have like a little viewing spot here for the kids. Maybe we're going to pair this with a second one somewhere else. But I think I like this, so that they have like a little bit of a viewing opportunity. Yeah, I quite do like this. Okay, but that's about it, guys. I can't really show you more. You now have to tell me what we do in the next episode. So this is the wonderful Leafy Lake, as you can tell. I mean, it's Planet Zoo, so we're not restricted to the park. Obviously, we could go everywhere. But this is also on the North America temperate map, which is beautiful. Which is really beautiful. So that is where Leafy Lake sits right here in the middle. It's kind of a nice place. And there's not really that much more to say. You cannot imagine how much this cost, by the way, to make all this look nice. So I saved myself like some 300,000 or 400,000 even to go down to almost 70 after I've built this build. So that was quite something going on. I will make like a fence over here. There's a lot more coming in the next episode, but you guys have to vote now which animal we go with. Make sure to go nuts in the next episode, and also we have to name our animal. So at this point we have, let me also say location, because the meerkats is the only one we have at the moment. We have a lot of animals in the trade center, but please ignore them, simply because they are all just leftovers from making money. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meerkats, only 2 female, by the way. Let's, as a last thing today, try now to get a female meerkat from the market. Oh, well, that is sweet. Wait, I can't. I'm too stupid to type. Meerkat. This is legit the only one we have. Okay, well, that is not good. Now we will figure out that next episode, but because we have like a very male overhang over here, which is not good. That sounds weird out of context, by the way, but never mind. There's also like an info kiosk over here, which I think fits beautifully in these things. There's another one on this side, which is not filled quite now. So that is quite crampy. We also have to put a door here. Let's quickly put a door and then end today's episode. I just want to have a door here because that is necessary. I'm in the wrong tab, by the way. So let's go here. Let's go doors, and then that is a nice door, by the way. We have to just get rid of random rotation. And then how is this? So there you go. And then we just bring in a normal kind of door like this. I like this. It kind of fits right in there, and we're gonna make the stone color a little bit more adjusted to the building. There you go. Love it. So look at that. It's quite crazy over here. Animals might actually be stressed now, but it's okay. We will do. No donation boxes. Oh, that's how we do not make any money, right? Let's put one here, and we do put another one here. Is anyone going up here? I think no, but I'm still putting one there. And one here. I will have to change the color later on. Maybe we go with like a classical Roller Coaster Tycoon color, which is, if I'm not completely wrong, yellow and pink. So like a very, very much pinkish vibe going on with it. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna do it the other way around. I'm not sure exactly when. This is the original color for the slide though, but yeah. Okay, really, as I said, there's not really that much more to say, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know I did, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you want to follow this series, or if you want to follow the City Skyline series, make sure to subscribe. This is the only chance to get notified, because YouTube at the moment does not promote anything without being subbed to a channel, so that would be amazing if you consider doing so. And other than that, I just hope you had a good time watching this episode, and I would be so happy to welcome you in the next one too. Until then, stay safe, have a good time, and goodbye.